We're Space Between Words, and this is Nerdy for Life.
When your soul is not able, the desert wind whispers, I am here. I am a stranger to the strange space.
First question. How did you guys come up with the band name, and what does it mean?
You want to take that?
Well,
Cybernetic beavers.
yeah.
Coyote. Everglades and alligators.
Can we do that again? Can we do that again?
It was really on the fly, to be honest. You know, we were at band practice when we first formed up, and things were gelling, and all of a sudden we got a phone call from a radio station who wanted to promote our very first show, and they asked us what the name of the band was, and we came up with a bunch of different names, and I guess this is the one that stuck. You know, I guess it's kind of defined where we're at, really, because we're not really, you know, one particular sound. We're kind of like space rock, whatever that means. You know, it's a little bit of everything. So.
That's cool. All right, awesome. And what are you guys working on right now? Is there any new albums coming out, an EP, anything like that?
We just released a live EP recently, and we came out with a music video. However, in the next 2 months, we're going back into our studio, MacLeod, our home base, and we're gonna be recording another EP with about 5 or 6 songs on it, completely new music, very different sounding. We're incorporating a lot of different music instruments and a lot of really weird sounds that we wanted to explore.
Now that we have our own little hole in the wall, so to speak, our own little dungeon, usually we lock ourselves late at night. We come around 10 or 11. We don't usually leave until 3 or 4 in the morning, just working at it, going at it. And so what we're coming up with is going to be pretty gnarly. You know, I think a lot of people are going to be surprised in the sense that it does sound different, but it's still us. You know, so we're all really looking forward to that. And then the tours that are coming up too. So, you know, little by little, we're working it out. You know.
How do you guys come up with ideas for your songs, and how much does the producer involve himself in the creative process? I believe his name is Daniel Wills, right?
Well, Daniel Wills was the producer of our second EP, our second album, which was an EP. He had he had amazing influence over the album, and kind of crafted our sound, even my vocals, the way I sing now. But now with our new music, it's all being done by us. We are mixing and mastering it. We learned a lot. We're gonna have a lot of guest artists and producers as well on the album. In terms of the writing process, a lot of the times I write a piece, some material, and then we run it through what we call the Space Between Words gauntlet. And these guys, I love them. We're all best friends, and so we all have different tastes. And as a result, like it gets put through the ringer of everyone's individual flavor, and then it comes out a crazy hodgepodge of chocolate and vanilla and sprinkles and like Nutella, and like it's weird, man.
I'm hungry right now. You guys just finished performing, actually. Do you have any pre-performance rituals that you do before you go on stage?
Yes, actually I do. Maybe the guys don't know it, but usually before I get on stage, I remove everything that's on me. So, you know, when I say that, I mean not underwear, but rather my phone or anything that's just like a possession. So I just feel more free that way. It's also a matter of, you know, just in case I fall off stage or something, that I don't lose anything.
Pool, yeah.
But yeah, it's usually that, and just I close my eyes, you know, and just take a deep breath, and then I go at it, you know.
What about you guys?
I think Rob and I, we do like stretching. It's really funny. I think we're the active, dancey ones, or Rob's playing the drums. So there's a lot of like actual athletic stretching beforehand. Cube drinks a lot of Jaeger.
Yeah, well, used to, but yeah, I do the same thing. Like I basically I turn off my cell phone, take it off of me, because like I just think like when I'm performing, sometimes like, oh, I wonder who's calling me. I'm like, no, like ADD kicks in, so I get rid of that, and I at least try to like stretch out and have like a bottle of water or have something.
In the spirit of Florida Supercon, who is your favorite superhero and/or villain?
Ooh, that's a very tough question. I think anything from Samurai Champloo, you know, those two guys I really love that anime, you know.
How do you feel about the late great Nujambes and that music he did for that?
Oh man, I mean, you couldn't really put that, I don't think it would have worked without the music, to be honest, you know, because that's really what drew me in. in all honesty, and I hope I don't get my butt kicked here, but I'm not a big fan of anime. But when I do find something that I like, I stick to it. And what drew me in was the music, And I know Cowboy Bebop was another one of his projects too, if I'm not mistaken. So, really dug that.
Favorite superhero or villain?
I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so I'm gonna go with my favorite villain is always gonna be Darth Sidious. That guy was awesome, and he had like 20 versions of himself. That's right, I read the comics. Favorite superhero will always be Batman because money is the best superpower.
I don't know. My favorite superhero is not really a hero. It's the dude Lebowski.
Oh yeah,
That's a good one.
Yeah, no, he's my favorite, man. He just does what he has to do. The dude abides. My favorite villain, man. I don't know, man. Dude, I'm not sure.
Darth Vader.
superhero, I'd have to go James Bond. Batman too, I like, but James Bond has he's got it all. The cars, the action. He's suave. He's charming. The ladies, the whole thing. And it's been around for over 50 years, so that would be part of my favorite hero. As far as the villain, I mean, you can't top Darth Vader. He's the best, Oh, absolutely.
See, Bernie, you're the odd man out. You're the odd man out.
Well, yeah.
It's all right. What is your favorite song to perform? This is for each of you.
Oh, well, I think everybody knows what my favorite song is. It's the one we always do at the end, Piece by Piece. It's about zombies, quote unquote. Technically, on the surface, it's about zombies. But I think it just allows us all to be completely free. And I mean completely free, specifically for me on the guitar, but I think for everybody else on the instruments. And then that's how we end our set, we have fun, so.
Are you guys agreeing with that, or does anybody have a different answer?
Yeah, we could agree with it.
I think for me personally, my favorite actually is Catharsis. It's just like a special song, so I like playing it live. But at the same time, I think Piece by Piece is pretty much where we get to really show like our roots and our eclecticness.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that most of that song, like the end part, was written from playing different shows. We were like, let's try to elongate it, let's jam out, jam out, and elongate, and then we have this crazy, awesome composure of a song that just happened from us.
Every time we play that song live, it's completely different at the end, and that's what's the coolest part. Like we get to really like jam and be psychedelic. And I think I love it also because Rob is an amazing drummer to me, and I get to like hear him really like shine in that one song. So it's cool.
I'm sure we could walk off the stage and he would still be good.
Has anyone in the band ever had a stalker or creepy fan?
Oh shit, yeah.
Personally, no. I've had a very strange groupie that almost threw up on me, but that was like literally temporary, very, very temporary. Like for that one show.
What about you? Something's going on.
He doesn't want to talk too much about it.
Let's just keep it on the DL. But it's a really cool friend of mine. So it's like, it's awesome.
If you see
I had to
hardcore fan. That's
Flight of
just
the
keep it
Conchords, that sort of friend.
Yeah, that kind of
shows up to all the shows, but real sweetheart.
I've had to actually like put my Facebook on private because you do get a lot of really interesting people that. You meet them in different cities and stuff, or like you even meet them at shows,
and they try to take you on more.
I love all of our fans.
It's your baby.
Yeah, that's especially really dangerous. Wrap it up. When you meet women after shows, guys, use a condom.
Yeah, definitely. Good advice.
Or Snickers bar, or Snickers bar wrapper if you don't have one.
Something will suffice.
Yes.
If you had a spirit animal, what would it be and why?
Oh.
An elephant. Yeah, yeah, because they're powerful and they're wise. Yeah, I'm gonna go with elephant.
I'd definitely be a fox, because I feel like I'm very sly and I dress sharp.
That's
think
good.
Yeah.
I would have gone with peacock, but sure.
Oh, it's true. I am kind of a peacock.
I don't know. I have to say a pterodactyl. Yeah, man, come on. You fly around and shit, and you eat all sorts of crap. And imagine, like, if that thing tastes of crap in your car, dude, Really, that is, like, the day ruiner right there. It's like, yeah, it's supposed to be good luck. Yeah, sure, good luck wiping that crap off, dude.
And Tyrannosaurus right here, So it's got to be Tyrannosaurus. He's the best of all the dinosaurs and the carnivore like I am, so it's So that'll be it for sure.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Tyrannosaurus, yeah.
But how would you play drums with your Tyrannosaurus?
He's got a little bitty arm, so I don't know how he could be able to do that.
What advice would you guys give an indie band trying to start up right now and, you know, get out there and do something? Because I know it must not be easy. I'm sure when you start, people might not show up to the shows. You know, maybe you don't feel like there's a crowd. You know, things like that. Those hard situations to get over when you're first starting up with music. What advice would you give them to look past that and keep going?
I feel like just like anything else, branding is very important. And I think that once you solidify what you are, like what your music is and what you want to be, the next step is definitely just getting out there. And if you play a couple shows where there isn't a crowd, or if it's just all your friends, if it's just house parties, no matter what it is,
Every
just
single show is
get
important.
out there. For the first, like, when we first started, our first year was nothing but shows. I think we played over 80 or 90 shows in 1 year. And I think that's actually within 10 months before our first album came out. And so we were recording and doing that at the same time. And it gets exhausting. And I think that that's going to make or break you. If you really want to know if you're going to do this, you got to push yourself to the make or break limit. And I think it tests all of your band members as a result. We've been the same band members since the beginning, and we're best friends, and we argue, and that's part of everything. But pushing yourself and just pushing and branding yourself as much as possible and playing as many shows in the beginning, and then after you've gotten out there, it's you got to travel. You got to travel. We travel as much as possible as well, and those are like the two core elements to pushing yourself out there, really.
I would say, you know, definitely have a plan. You know, figure out what you really are and, you know, what your sound is all about. But for sure, network. And every single show is important. Every single show meaning that even if you're playing to one person, you know, we know a lot of bands that we admire that got signed on their first or third show because they were playing to a very crowdless room, and it just so happened that one particular person that was important happened to be there. And we've learned that from being on tour. You know, we've
had a lot of really situations where we played to like 5 people in some weird place, and one of those 5 people just happened to be someone really, really important, and we got on a radio interview. Or we've got another major show that had 300 people, and so play, even if it's for one person, like you're playing for 10,000, because you're giving your art out, man. And
remember that the day you stop having fun is the day you got to stop doing it. Yeah. Don't ever let it not be fun. You know, it's not a job. You know, you're pretty lucky to be able to do this. You know.
Awesome, thank you. That was a lot of good advice right there. Do you guys have any other shows coming up in the near future that you want to speak on or let them know about?
Actually, we do have quite a few shows coming up. August is when we're going to be stepping out of the recording studio. We have a pretty awesome show in August at the Poorhouse in Fort Lauderdale with a great band called The Riot Act. We love those guys. And we also have Grand Central that month as well. You can find out all of our show information, our tour information at our website, which is spacebetweenwords.com.
Thank you very much, guys, for the interview. I appreciate your time, and you guys were great, man. It was awesome.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for everything.
Thank you. Pleasure. Nice to meet you guys, man. Thank you very much. You guys were awesome.